Hey guys, it's your girl, the Bridge Serenity, and I'm back at you with another video. Now that the election is over, I can say what I want to say. I had to keep my mouth shut. I had to be quiet until everything was said and done, until she made her little speech or whatever it was, to be able to talk. A lot of people were asking me, who are we supposed to vote for? Who's the better candidate? Who did you vote for? Were you disappointed that she didn't win? You know, why does it sound like you were disappointed? Why does it sound like you weren't happy that Trump won? You know, what is your stance? How do you feel about Trump? What is your political stance? I made it very clear in the video that I made months ago that I do not endorse or support either candidate. I voiced that Kamala was evil. I did not support her agenda. And the Lord also gave me wind, and he had me make that video to give other people wind about this woman being evil, right? Because he needed people to know what was going to happen if this woman got in office. Okay, if she had gotten office, I know a lot of bad things would have happened. Okay, I know a lot of bad things would have happened a lot faster than they are supposed to. So by Trump being in office, it gave us a little bit more time. And so even though I did not support her, I did not support him either. And I did not participate in this election. I did not give Trump my vote, and I did not give Kamala my vote. I did not feel led to participate in this election. Now, knowing that I felt this way, the only thing the Lord had me do was intercede on the behalf of the nations. And so for the last couple of months, that's what I've been doing between the hours of 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. and praying for the voters, praying for my followers who are voting, praying for people who are just voting in general, even people who are not in Christ, praying for the Lord's perfect will to be done in this world. You know, whatever he wants, let that be the thing that happens and not the thing that brings impending doom. That's what I was interceding for. I did not tell people that because I did not want to influence anybody to make a choice, right? When it came to voting, I wanted people to seek the Lord for themselves as to who they should be voting for. And I understand having the gift of influence and having a likable personality and being the person that I am, that people, number one, value my opinion. They value my thoughts. Right? So even if I'm not coming on here and saying a prophetic word, I could come on here and say, yeah, I'm not voting, I'm not doing this. And somebody will say, well, Abria's not doing it, so I'm not going to do it either. You know what? You know, it's no point of voting. You know what? She's right. I did not want that. And I did not want to cause any further confusion in the body of Christ. So I said, no, let the people do what the Lord is leading them to do. I did not want my page to be the center of a political agenda. I saw so many people taking their platforms and turning it into a political campaign. I saw a lot of people turning their platforms into a Kamala campaign. I saw a lot of people turning their platforms into a Trump campaign. And I was like, that's not what I'm here for. That's not what we're doing. I was watching all of this unfold just like everybody else, and made a video called God is in Control, Do Not Be Dismayed, to encourage women who are feeling down. Right? There were so many women who were distraught. They feel like their life is ruined. Their life is being stripped from them. Their rights are being stripped away from them. The people who hate them are now in control. And a lot of women who were just crying, they were sad. I'm seeing women with their heads down. I'm seeing women call off work. I'm seeing women on, online enraged. I'm seeing Democratic parties enraged, and rightfully so. Because a lot of things are getting ready to drastically change, and they understand that. A lot of things that can be true at the same time. While I do not support Kamala, I do empathize with the people who are hurting right now, because they know that things are getting ready to go downhill, and they are. And they are. But they also do not understand that Kamala being in office was not going to prevent things from going downhill either. A lot of people look at me and they see that I'm a woman of color. They forget that I'm a woman of color. It's kind of like, oh yeah, she's a woman of color, but do they really actually think about what that means? Do they actually think about the women of color that voted and why they're upset and why this could be a really tough time for them and what this means for them? Do they understand how the women must have felt when they saw the nation light up red? Right? When they saw all the red. Because all these people that voted for Trump were not voting for Trump because Christ led them to. They voted for Trump because he represents everything they love. Hatred, racism, misogyny. Those are the reasons why a lot of these people voted for Trump. And so a lot of women actually saw that map and they realized, wow, these people really hate us. These people really hate us. All these people who say they support us. All these people who say that they love us. All these people who say they have our backs. All these people know what he stands for. They know what he represents, and they voted for him even still. So a lot of people are feeling that way. And I wanted to encourage them, and look, God is still in control. Trump is not bigger than God. Although the Lord permitted him to be in the White House for how much time he's going to be there. And do understand that this is not over. Trump has been elected. Okay, the inauguration has not happened yet. And there's a lot of things that are to be continued. A lot of women right now are concerned, and they should be. As for the people who voted for Kamala, I believe they voted for Kamala because she was a woman of color. Because this would have been the first time in history they had a black female president, and a lot of people wanted to have that history take place. A lot of people thought that was cool, and I think a lot of people just felt like she was the lesser of two evils. They did not discern what was really going on. They could not see with their spiritual eyes. They could not perceive what was really going on. All the lies that she was telling, getting caught up in her lies, people just couldn't discern it. They were looking past it because of what they wanted to believe that she was. They didn't have their spiritual eyes turned on. They believed that she was the lesser of two evils. But like I said, and this is my opinion, and I will stand on this, there is no such thing as the lesser of two evils when you are dealing with politics at this level. They are all working for the same machine. So even when they're working against each other, they're still working together to help the machine run. And a lot of people don't get that. Okay, they still a part of the same machine. God is in control. And those are just my thoughts. I did not vote. I did not endorse or promote either candidate. I did not want to tell anybody who to vote for. I did not want to influence anybody to just not vote at all, you know, or say that your vote doesn't matter or anything like that. I wanted people to do what God led them to do, what Christ led them to do. Do understand that me making that video was not me trying to duck no action. It was not me trying to cover my tracks. It was not me trying to, you know, avoid anything, but me trying to empathize with women and say, hey, I know a lot of people were telling y'all that she was going to be president, and a lot of women were putting their hope in it. A lot of women were putting their hope in that. A lot of women were voting and had more hope because of all the prophetic words, the astrologers, and all these people who were telling them, like, this is what's supposed to happen. But it didn't happen. Okay. And now that he's in there, we need to move forward because there's a lot of more things that we need to prepare for. All the other things that I saw are still coming. Terrorist attacks are still coming. The policies are still coming. A lot of these bad things are still coming. Okay? Trump is not who he portrays himself to be. He is not who a lot of Christians believe that he is. Notice that only a certain type of Christian talks about Trump in a certain type of way. Only a certain type of Christian talks about Trump in a certain type of way. People who would have voted for him even if they weren't a Christian. And a lot of Christians are going to be looking to him to be the solution to a problem. They're going to be looking to him to be this beacon of light to our nation, and that he's going to restore and he's going to do all these great things. Do understand that a lot of dark things are coming. Do understand that a lot of good things may come from him being in office, but a lot of horrible things are also going to come while he's in office. And the terrorist attacks are still coming. We are still to prepare for war. We are still to grab our firearms. My message to women in general, not even just black women, my message to women right now, learn how to fight. Learn how to protect yourself with a firearm. Learn how to keep yourself healthy. Protect your children. Be very careful. If you are sexually active and you haven't come out of sin yet, and you're watching me and you're still in sin, stop having sex. Cut all emotional relationships. Any man in your life that's playing right now, he playing the fence, cut him off. Any man you're not sure about, cut him off. You need to know who your allies are right now. And when that map lit up red, a lot of women understood that a lot voted for Trump, not because Christ led them to, but because they agree with everything that he represents. And it's not hope and it's not Christ. There are white male Republicans taunting women online saying, ha ha, we won, your body, my choice, ha 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 ha. Your body, my choice. There are black students in college at PWIs right now getting text messages saying, report to the cotton field at 5 p.m. You've been selected. These are the people who voted for him. These are the people who are backing him. These are the people who wanted Project 2025. This is what they wanted. They did not vote for him because it was Christ-led. They voted for him because they hate women. They want to control women. They're prejudiced. They're racist. They're not smart. They idolize him. He's white. He's powerful. He's funny. They don't even understand who they voted for. They want America to be great again. They just want a system that is full of white supremacy that benefits them. That is a majority of the people who voted for Trump, not the people who are Christ-led. Now, Trump being in office, yes, was what God wanted, but do understand that the people who voted for him were not people who had Christ in mind when they did it. And I think that man is evil. Elon Musk creeps me out. Elon Musk creeps me out. I see him and I think of lizards. I see him and I'm just waiting for him to just like rip his mask off and turn into a lizard. I also uploaded a video about the Black education initiatives in the Trump administration and how a lot of people's lives are getting ready to change. Wealth transfer, an opportunity for a wealth transfer. Josephs are getting ready to rise up during this time. Mordecai's are getting ready to rise up during this time. Esther's are getting ready to rise up during this time because they are going to need to rise up to prepare for the even worse things that are happening. God is going to need his people in high positions. A lot of people are going to be like, why are you signing up for this? A lot of people are going to be called to do that. Be on the lookout for that. People are not going to understand, why are you working with him? Why are you doing this? Because God needed his people in position to prepare for the famine, to prepare for all these things that are getting ready to happen. There is going to be some good that helps us prepare for the worst. The revolutionary prophets are coming. The Sojourner Truths, the Harriet Tubmans, the Nat Turners, the radicals, the people who are out here who are really going to be on fire for God. It's not going to look like the church anymore. Church is not going to look like what it looks like. The church is going to be desolate. It's going to be empty. People are going to be losing their faith. Things are going to get so bad that people are going to say, there's no way Jesus exists. There are going to be pastors who seem on fire for God that people are going to be looking like, there's no way that they turned to an apostate. There's no way they went towards apostasy. There's no way. That's how challenging things are going to be. The revolution is coming and we need to prepare for it. The resistance is also coming and we need to prepare for that as well. And our times are ahead and we need to prepare. We need to move forward. He is going to be used in order to push a lot of us forward. And we need to be prepared for that. Make no mistake, I'm not going anywhere. Me is not going to silence me. And people are not going to bully me. And they're not going to intimidate me. And I ain't ducking no action. And the Lord is with me and he will always be with me. And the Lord has stamped me. And if you feel led to unfollow me, please unfollow me. And when you unfollow me, make sure you block me on everything. Okay, everything, because I'm a multi-talented, faceted person and I go viral for different things because I do a lot of things. So make sure you find me on everything and block me. If you don't feel led to follow me, don't. If you don't feel led to listen to me, don't. Because at the end of the day, my main concern about people is that they're doing what Christ has led them to do and they're walking the narrow path. They're going in the right direction. If you feel like eliminating me moves you in the right direction, then do what you need to do. But I have to be obedient to God and I have to report to my post regardless of how other people feel about me or what other people perceive things to be or what they believe it looks like or what makes sense or what does not make sense to them at this moment in time. I still have to do what I am called to do and I will do that. If you are under my posts and you are insulting me, making death threats or saying anything like that, you will be blocked. I respect everybody's decisions and opinions and all those types of things. But I ain't no punk now. Okay? I am from Chicago. We don't duck action, okay? I also need to make it very clear that I do not pray to God about celebrities. I do not go to God in my prayer time and say, reveal to me about Beyonce. Tell me what her future entails. I do not. I go in my prayer time and ask the Lord about Obama or Kamala or Nicki Minaj or Lil Durk or Chris Brown or any of those people. Or Will Smith or T.D. Jakes or is that everybody? And with all these other people. I don't go to God asking for this information. He just gives it to me because he entrusts me with it. Because he wants me to put it out there. And even those things are connected to the things that are happening in politics. It's all connected. It's all connected. I'm seeking the Lord about this information. I'm definitely not seeking the Lord about this for views. I don't even post every day. I report to my post when he calls me to my post. Tells me to post when he gives me something to post. I understand I'm not seeking the Lord about these things. He drops them to me. I release it. I go about my business. I'm definitely not doing this for views. And that's another reason why I did not want to share my thoughts or opinions about political views during this time. Because right now, this is what everybody was talking about. This is what any and everybody was talking about. This is the only thing people were focused on. And I'm like, there's other things happening in the world right now outside of this election that needs our focus in the body of Christ. Figure out who you're going to vote for. You know, do what the Lord has led you to do and keep it pushing because we got stuff to do. We got souls to save. We got other people to worry about. We still have things to learn. We got to prepare. We got to keep our lamps full. Like Jesus Christ literally on the cusp. I feel his return. I see signs in the sky as of lately almost every day. But dark times are ahead of us. We have a lot of work to do. And ladies and gentlemen, we need to prepare for the revolution. I will also tell men and women right now to be reading more than ever. Reading the law, understanding the proper interpretation of the law, listening to audiobooks, understanding what this all means. Because as a man and a woman, a black man or a black woman or whatever person of color in America, you're going to need to know the law. You're going to need to know how to defend yourself. You're going to have to be able to keep up with the new policies and the changes and understand what that means for you. You're going to have to become your own attorney. Okay, you're going to have to allow Jesus Christ to be your attorney. and you're going to have to learn the law and learn how to defend yourself. And once you learn how to defend yourself, you're going to have to learn how to defend others because they're going to need your help. For those of you who understand what type of time it is, welcome to the revolution.